Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're back with Fortress Friday. We're back playing Dwarf Fortress, of course, and we did actually vote to start again, but we had a migrant wave, and we're now up to 24 population. So I've had a few other people actually write in and say, "Hey, keep it going, because we're now sort of viable again." We were down to, I think, 6 dwarves. Before this migrant wave. Now we do actually have, so let's just process the migrant wave. I was going to sort of keep the names that we had, sort of ready to go for a new fortress, but I'll actually now apply them to the actual to the dwarves we actually have in this fortress. Now there's 6 hostiles, but there is also lots of other things as well. What are the hostiles? We've still got that one in there. We do now have all of these dead toads and bats outside in Olms. There was, I think, also, did we get rid of all of our trolls? I thought we had some undead trolls that we had to deal with, and I don't know how we did that. I'm not sure. Where's that? We were sort of trying to. That's right. Adam smashed them in here. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. So we do actually have a way of dealing with them now. Sort of. It's not ideal, but it still does help us a little bit. And then we're trying to build up the walls, but we've still got this issue here, and we can't get through there to be able to sort of then finish off what we have to finish off. So we're heading in the right direction. What about down the south here? Yeah, this one here we're fine. We've done everything we have to do there. So that is correct. And we come back up this way. And we have done that one as well. Okay. So there's no way through there. So that is completely blocked off. I've forgotten about that. And also down under here. That's also blocked off. So the only real issue we've got now is, so we've got blocked off, then blocked off that side, then blocked off that side, but still no way to get into the actual fortress. So that is good. That is good. We've actually done a good job there. So that is all fine. Outside, we've captured a few little things. So what did we capture in there? Gorlak. So we've been able. This has actually worked out reasonably well. So I think what we'll do is let's just reset and get everything sort of cranking along while we're actually sort of while things are sort of okay-ish. I don't think we've got anything, like most of the fights have been occurring on this area. So have we still got dead bodies as we come back up? Still a few little things. There's a mangled right hand and a mangled left foot there. There is actually a mangled skeleton still on the staircase. Stray cow probably. Now that one may have just come in. We'll have to sort that out. We've still got dead things on the on the way. There's Adrian Soti's mangled corpse on the stairwell. So we've still got things to do, and there's still there's a left front leg of the bunny. I think when the bunny died, that's Aaron. Yeah, Erith. This one here actually ended up dying. That was somebody's pet. So I've still got issues. Still got 3 that are extremely unhappy. And then we've just got the various... we've got another... there's Beowulf's mangled skeletons still sitting around as well. So we've got a bit of work to do. A little bit of work. But we've got a heap of new people that have just come in. So I'm going to start to set all of those up. I've got all of this as well. In here still is. So I think what we'll do is we'll spend this episode, like in all of these giant blue jays came in. So we've been killing them off over time. They may still come back. This little area down through here, we've had to try to put as many beds in here as we possibly could because we had injured dwarves essentially with the attack of the zombie blue jays. Which is difficult. So they're done. We've now locked off the front of the fortress. So if we have a bit of a look, that one's not locked, but this is. And then up to here will be locked as well, I think. Yeah, that's forbidden now as well. And we've still got this hoary marmot corpse, mangled skeleton, just sitting on the outside there. Okay. Hi, Adrian. How you going? So Aaron saying hello there. What is going on? Yes, so we're just about to we're going to not reset. We're going to continue on because we did actually vote to start again. But I think that now that we're in this position, it's now it's definitely viable for us to really crank up the fortress now. We can almost secure the bottom, almost. Now those big toads can't do much. You know what we could do? Is redo. I'll just go back down to F6, which is the bottom here. The trouble is this one here, this tree. But I've got this. So let's treat. At the moment, there's nothing. There's a dead bat that's still actually a problem outside. Like there's the zombie bat, which was, I don't know how far away was that. That wasn't that far away from memory. It's just there, and we're just here. But is that going to come after us? So the zombie bat, the zombie olm. I don't know if olms can climb walls or not. And actually, if we look at the bat is flying. So that's not. It's not. It doesn't have the little drop down things where it's actually sort of on the ground. If we have a look at its health and then its description, it's certainly taken damage from when it died. But we're not seeing like broken wings or anything like this. Oh, the hands are the wings for a bat. But I think it can I think it can fly. So that's something we'll have to contend with, I think. So let's start by getting our dwarves named, just so that we can do bannings. So as we come back in, we've got red shirt. So I'm just going to go down through the list, and when we get to the first lot, we're going to then start to sort of name them. So we've got a stone worker back and through here. Now, why is she damaged? That's her there. She's got no clothing. What's her history? So there's nothing there with the recent. Oh, she did recuperate. No, she was attacked. If we have a look at the military kills, no, there's nothing there. I think her clothes got ripped off. Yeah, then that's okay. Just look at the overview. Health. Okay, so she's actually struggling. Left hand is torn open, but she's yeah, so she's actually just come out of a fight. To rest. Yep. So evaluated. That's okay. All right. Let's just start again. We'll just name them from the top. So I do actually have my list of names. If anyone does want more dwarves, we've now got them. So I'm just going to put this on the other screen, and then I'll just start to go through the list and just rename them from the. These are people who have actually gone and got the DasDemption from some time ago. If we just go across, rename. So this one is going to be Orthoratio. Now, eventually she'll get the use of her hands back again. She is a little bit unhappy from being attacked. So then we've got, this one is a animal dissector, which is a bit of a useless one for us. 2 lovers though, 2 children. This is going to be Cygnus. Okay, so Cygnus, the animal dissector. All right, that's good. So she's down in here. Now, she is awfully white. Not bluish white, though, so I don't think she's a zombie. Not a zombie. I don't think she's undead. Skills, just so we might as well have a quick look at the skills. Competent soldier of competent. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, there's another member of our military, right there. Right there. We definitely have. Okay, we've got another subscription there. So thank you very much for that one, Melina Nighthawk. Very, very much appreciated. All right, so we've got the. So that's actually it's not. They're not high enough, I don't think, to be sort of a vampire. So, but we should have started to expect to have those sorts of incursions now. I think. Next one we've got is Began. So we'll just go across to to our list. This is the Metal Crafter. All right, again, no clothing. So I'm thinking this one has probably also been damaged at some point. So this one is. Dabbling army user, dabbling fighter. If you have a look at the health and then the description, so this one is her right foot is torn open, lower body is torn open. So this was actually from the Blue Jays. So this will be Began. So again, at the moment, these guys that arrived that have got all this different damage done to them certainly have a bit of a problem. Like there's a bit of an issue with, of course, all of these attacks that have been going in. So that's Began. Then we go back to this one through here, the Fish Dissector. This one here is going to be Sev 82. Got 3 kids, and this one is completely healthy. All right, so she's actually, now that's interesting, she's working away in the butcher's shop. What's she doing in there? Butcher an animal. Now she may just be butchering, if we have a look at the actual, at what we've got through here, turkey hens and turkey gobblers. There's turkey meat there. I'm thinking that what she's doing is just actually processing turkeys. It's on auto. We've got DF hack running, so that's basically just on auto with what's going on through there. So it means we don't have to think about the butchering of things like the turkeys when we've got like a turkey farm. Might put in more nest boxes, maybe. We'll see how we go. Again, we can now start to think a little bit about the actual fortress itself. Certain things have gone rotten in here as well. You can see a little bit of miasma. That's going to make some of them a bit more unhappy. But we'll focus on trying to get the fortress secure now, and actually then we'll try to make it as happy as we possibly can. All right, so we've got that one. We've got the so that is Sev. Then we've got a Fisher Dwarf. Again, a very useless occupation for us. Just going to go back across. This one's making a meal. So this is going to be Union ID. These are the sorts of people that we bring into the military. And that's also something we should actually start to try to set up now, is now that we can sort of get back on our feet, is to start to build the industry, the metal industry, and so on and so forth. We haven't got any lava, so we may do a bit of searching, like just a little bit, just to get started a little bit. Or we can we do actually have access to a fair few trees now once we secure that area underground. So we'll actually probably sort of get that one fully secure in the meantime. And then it'll mainly, I think a lot of the problems we're going to have will be threats from within after we secure the outside. It's just going to be the threats that come from within the actual fortress itself. So that will be where we are. Of course, we're in a reanimating biome, which is a problem. And we've got a lot of very unhappy dwarves, so we do need to address this and fix this. So next thing we have is... got Union ID. This one here, we've got a farmer. Actually, we've got a few farmers. And this is Neemst. N-I-E-M-S-T. Neemst the farmer. Hauling dwarven wine pots. And is completely healthy. Next we've got is... another farmer. This one here is going to be Von Schweinhund. CHWEINE. Hund. Done. Okay, so it's the farmer. Just hauling logs. So we've got that one done. Next one is the butcher. Interesting. So this is, and this one's also lost clothing. Resting at the moment, seriously injured. Unconscious and seriously injured. Do I skip over these? What's the health? No, she's okay. Treatment. Oh, this one's only just been injured. Yeah, I will still do it. This is Jay Riverton. All right, sorry, Jay, you've got yourself a bit of a bit of a bit of a winged bird here, and that is all of our names. So let's. I'll just delete all of those out of the DasDemption names. So that's now a clear list, and I'll just now close that one off. So if anyone does want dwarves named after them, then just sing out. We just do it from the top to the bottom, in terms of whatever comes up in the list there of the unnamed dwarves. So we've still got a fair few that are actually unnamed. There's we've got a how many have we got? So we've got another butcher. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that one Cal we don't do. 4, and then we've got kids. Got 3 kids. So four dwarves and 3 kids are nameable. Now the ones that are angry are going to be our military. So all 3 military are the only ones that are really, really unhappy. Now they're on station at the moment, and we've got them on station because of the threat from these undead birds. If they come back to life, these guys are still actually in here. So I'll just go back and open up the squad menu just while we've got them sitting back in here, and until we can clear out the ones that we want to throw away, these here. I think what we'll do is we'll just go and dump as many of these as we can. So we've sort of got inundated with all sorts of different things coming through. And what I'll do is I'll actually designate one person to go and throw things away. Who should we do that with? Vulcans is important. Now we do actually have kids. I can actually get the kids to do the dumping and burials. Yeah, I might do that actually. Let's have a look at the work order at the labour menu. And we do actually have a bring out your dead. And if we have a look and see what the bring out your dead does, this one here does, where is it? It does burials, so it buries units, and it also does refuse hauling. So anything that's been designated for dumping, it will then dump it in the garbage dump. We do actually have a garbage dump. So that is, so I will actually just click on done with that one. And so I'm going to have only the selector do this. And I'm going to go down to where our kids are. No, the kids can't be given the job. All right. Oh, we've got a surgeon. Well, that changes things as well. All right, we're going to have to redo everything here. So I don't really want to have the injured ones wandering off and doing this. Now, Kuchagrim is out there, stonecrafter, but is actually chopping down wood and does have what it needs. Red shirt, we don't want to be doing that one. So it comes back up to things like Cygnus maybe. So let's put Cygnus to work there. And we do actually have a spinner as well. Let's go both of them working. They're going to be the only ones that do this bring out your dead stuff. So let's just see if we can actually quickly get the dead things down the bottom here. Hi Armand, how you going? And hi Bjorf. Yeah, so that way we can hopefully sort of get things working. So let's just now go through the so I've got two of them now will be on that duty to throw things away. So we do actually have a little bit of, like this front foot, we'll throw that away. As we come back down into here, that one's already been designated to be tossed. In fact, somebody does have this job. I'm not sure who's going to be doing that one, but anyway, this hopefully will then be thrown away. We need to Adrian Sotier, we need to go and bury him. Yeah, there's just mud and stuff down through here as well. Not this. Okay, let's go down now to F7, which is this area down through here. And we've got a fair few animals. Now, I don't want to butcher them until I'm secure. So we'll sort of just keep things going here. This is just a one layer area, so it's no good for growing trees. But this is on the second layer down. So what we'll do here is just go to the zones, go and choose this one, go to the assign for DF hack. And what we're going to do is we're going to just quickly go to grazers and just go only. So this is going to get all of the actual, actually they've all been assigned there. Okay, that's fine. So we're only we're filtering by only grazers, and they're already here. So we've got a lamb, like a lamb, yeah, different cows. The cows that were there, they're domesticated, they're actually already assigned there. So that's okay, we don't need to do anything else there, that's fine. So in that case, that particular zone is not a problem. The next thing we wanted to do was maybe sort of really now get our actual hospital established properly. In fact, if we go back up to the to F2, which is where this hospital is, and just go and start at least here. So this is the walled house. Let's see details for the assigned location. So we've got falcons. Now we do actually I can bring in another doctor. I'll bring in the surgeon. Talented surgeon, so Caton can come in as another doctor. So we can actually have a dedicated surgeon area, but we'll bring Caton in as the actual doctor there, which means I could actually ditch falcons from this, being the chief medical dwarf. Maybe should we do it? Just go back to nobles. Yeah, I will actually. So we'll bring Caton in as this particular. It says no relevant skills, but none of them have got this one as such. So Caton can be the doctor. We'll rename Caton when someone does claim this one here. Hi Tenru, how are you going? And back over on YouTube, we've got a hi to Matthew. Beaches are saying I'm a well builder for fun. Rimworld and Dwarf Fortress makes me I wonder who survives without inbreeding. Someone would survive, yes. So Matthew's then saying there is no survival without inbreeding. Yeah, so why would you bury me, says Adrian? Well, you died. Okay, Bjorf has redeemed a customer reward. Okay, you're ready to die horrible for your entertainment. So, well, let's make Caton's going to be a named character. So Bjorf, you can have Caton. Where is Caton? There's Caton right there. And he's suturing up anyway, actually. So even though it wasn't actually a doctor, was doing some suturing. So this one here will be Bjorf. So got a couple of dwarves that aren't named. So Bjorf 2, I've still got Bjorf's corpse still just sitting there as well. The Bjorf 1 is back over here. an old zombie that is now been sort of smashed. Bjorf saying the chief medical dwarf, not an all an ill omen. Well, that's been the thing in the fortress. The doctors have been dying like flies. So I forget how many doctors we've actually had. Like whoever's been chief medical dwarf has pretty much died very, very quickly. And yeah, it's good fun. So let's go and set up the actual hospital, which is this area through here. So we've still got a bit of fighting that was done. Some leftovers of things in through this other side. I'll just go and chuck them away as well. When we find stuff that needs to be thrown, we'll just go and designate these for dumping. Resmelin has redeemed a reward as well. Okay, there we go. So we'll just go back in and do these. So the next one in line is the Butcher. Okay, so this is Resmelin. There we are, the Butcher. Got two butchers. And so we've got a few different things there now that we really want to start to we haven't really lost anyone outside that's been a real problem with different things. Actually, I'll just check and see who's actually got that. This has been auto-assigned to Monka Strap. That's okay. So we do actually have the manager. If we go to stocks, I'm just going to have a look at armor. Now we've got things like large bronze mail shirts. I've only got the three here. These copper mail shirts are all that we've brought them with us, so they're not available. And the large bronze mail shirt I think is with this one's wearing that one, so there's nothing else there. We've still got a fair few different areas that can wear for burials, where things can be sort of buried away. Back in through this other side. Once we actually start to bury things, I will actually then just lock them down. There's one of Began's dead bodies. It's going to now that's only the mangled. I'll just lock that down just so that it's actually not able to be used. You can see there that this isn't working all that well. The catacombs as such. We've got all these dead blue jays as well up through here. I think that these have been smashed effectively, so I don't think that they're going to come back to life. This is actually where a lot of the fighting did take place, in this part of the fortress. There's red shirt through there. Thanks for the subscription there, Sharky Mouth. Very, very much appreciated. So, so saying happy Friday all, and probably Saturday for me. Yes, it is Saturday for me. Yeah, so we've got got various. We've had a lot of deaths in this fortress, like a hell of a lot. So let's go and set this one up now as another hospital, and this ultimately will be a largish area. This is going to be a monstrously big hospital. So we'll just go across and go to the. So this will be a really good hospital actually. Ultimately, so we've got a fair few things we need to set up. So this is going to be a meeting area, I think is the way that we start this one. So meeting area, you can see down through there when I hover over it, it does say taverns, temples, hospitals and the like are established in a meeting area. So we're going to establish it here, and we'll start there. Just move that one across to that zone. Just get those and get these as well. All right, so that's going to be a very, very large hospital, this one, because we are expecting to, we've had to make good use of the other hospital a lot. So this is a meeting area, we'll accept that. Oh, hang on, now we need to go and assign a new, now we've got the, this is the walled house is already the one that we're using as the hospital. Now, do we keep this as the same? I think we'll make a new hospital here. The bronze homes. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. We'll just go with that one, and then we'll just go into what we need to go and do. So this tells us what we have to go to build up the this particular one. Now, if we go into the doctors, I'm going to assign Dwarf to be the main doctor here, and so so Dwarf will now work in both locations. So this will be all visitors welcome. No, this will be citizens and long-term residents only will actually be allowed into this particular area. We don't have anything in through here. We need to get beds, tables, and traction benches. So we need to get all of those different things in here. We can then deselect and disassemble the top one as well. Then we need to have chests as well in the common area. So we're just going to go and pick up some chests and cabinets and so on and so forth. There's a few other little things that we do need in this particular location. This is actually where a lot of danger can actually occur in this particular zone. So let's just go back out. We'll go to build. So the first thing we need to go and build is just in furniture, and we just go to chests. So we just need to have like some chests running through the hospital here. Just got a few of these, so we'll just go back in. I should have kept that one going. Keep building. Make it fairly large. Why not? There we are. The other thing we need is we actually need to have an area for blocks. We need to be able to use stone to actually block off doors. So we're going to create a stone stockpile up in the top through here. And this is because of the danger that we're likely to have in our fortress. So just go to that one, accept. This one is going to be bars and blocks, is the one that we actually want to have through here. Where are we? Bars and blocks. Oh, there it is. Went right over. I knew it was there. Then we go to custom because we don't want metal bars. So it's going to be. I'm going to go none of those bars of other materials. None of those. Although we will need soap. Now the soap will end up being inside the chest, so we don't need that one. Blocks of stone and clay we need, not blocks of metal and not blocks of other materials. So it's only blocks of stone and clay that we require. And I'm going to allow that to be pretty much anything. What I don't want is coal. I don't want blocks of coal. So I can sort of turn off things that really just I don't want. Gypsum plaster, I don't want blocks of that. Not that we'll ever have that. Would have loved to have had gypsum here. Just so we could actually go and make plaster. But we don't have that. That'll do us. So we just need to have, so that's going to be a block stockpile. And that will be for blocking off the, actually one thing I'll do with that one is I can leave that one just so we can see it. I can go back into the bars and barrels. I'm just going to go and have no bins there. So it's just going to be 3 blocks is all that will actually end up. Maybe I may even make that six blocks. So we'll just go across and repaint a little bit larger just into that zone there. So that would be okay. So ultimately we'll just end up with some blocks in through there. Now the actual bedrooms themselves, what we need to do is we need to have a bed in the middle with a surgery bench and a traction bench on either side of it. So we'll just set up these 4 to start with. So again, we just go back into here, furniture. So to set up a, like this is where if you're new to the game or newish to the game, when you do set up, like zones are how you designate themes for different areas. And so in this particular area, we're setting this one up. If I go and click on that zone, this is the Bronze Homes, which is a hospital. And if I then click across onto the details, we can then sort of see that we've now got the doctor has been assigned. We've got 4 chests are in the common area. Once they've been placed, all of these threads, cloth, splints, crutches, powders, buckets and soap will then all be brought into the actual chests. So that will then sort of end up being in this zone. I can actually go and make it even more pronounced than what we sort of see through here. I can keep on adding doctors to this as well, but we'll just keep Bjorf as the only doctor in this particular location. Beds in the common area 0, tables 0, and traction benches. So what we need is every ward, every like ward room that we actually end up having is we need to have one of each of these. So the way it sort of works in the game is beds are where they rest, tables are where they do surgery, and traction benches is where they set bones. So you sort of need all 3 of those in every single location. So in the other location, I've just got things haphazardly all over the place. But in this location, we do need to go and establish these. So what we can do is, as we come back across, now that we sort of know what that's happening, I'm going to have to put, because we're playing in such a dangerous location, all sorts of weird and wonderful things can come in and affect us. So I need to, so security is incredibly important, which is why I've got these long corridors leading into every single one of these zones. I'm going to need to set up doors as well, just so we can lock things in. So if I go to doors, again, I've just got this one, keep building after placement. I'm just going to go and place the doors in through here. fact, what I'll do is I'll just go to the planning mode. That way I can essentially just establish the doors into these 4 areas. I'll just start with 4 of them. Like that one there we don't actually have, so it's just going to be planned. We'll just do the same thing again for furniture. In this case, we're going to go to beds. And the bed, what you ultimately want to be happening here is that you need to have a bed next to the table and a bed next to the traction bench. So the bed should always be between the other 2 locations, because that way they can literally just drag them from the bed to the surgery table, or from the bed to the traction bench. So we'll just go that way as well. Just put the beds in the middle. Then we need to have tables. It's just a normal kitchen table, but this is for surgery. And then traction benches. There it is there. So you can see there are certain injuries such as overlapping fractures require advanced medical contraptions like the traction bench. For a treatment, the traction bench object must be made before it can be placed. So in this case, we won't have any of these. We'll just have to sort of plan for these coming in. But that is essentially now it's going to be a suitable little hospital area for 4 different dwarfs, which and this will be much more secure than what we've currently got up in the top of the fortress. Like if, for example, if we end up with somebody that we just cannot help, I can then lock the door and let them starve, basically. So if someone passes away, we can then just lock the door, and that way, if they're a zombie, they can't break out. If a were creature gets into our fortress, which is very likely, and we get injuries from a were creature, again, we can actually use the blocks to block off this gap in through here, to then make sure that, because a were creature can smash open doors, and so we can then lock it in, and so it can then be locked in to be then dealt with afterwards. So a few different things that can sort of happen through there. Hi Incognito, how are you going? And Christopher is saying, have you ever tried trapping sieges in the caverns? I'm about to be able to set it up inside. Well, just try to keep, make sure, like they do follow the shortest path. So just make sure that if you've got like caravans that have to also get in, make the caravan area go the long way round. If you do need to set, in fact, we have to set that up as well. We're in spring. We've still got summer and autumn. We do need to now, we're now into our 3rd year. Actually, that's a good point. Let's just set that up as well before we unpause. We do need to actually establish this now. Yeah, that's a big thing for us. Let's go back up the top. So this is actually where we ultimately are going to be setting up our fortress. So this is actually where we've got our military. We do have blocks here as well, just ready for building at the top. What have we got in there? Yeah, I'm not going to sort of see much there. That's okay. Yeah, we've got some blocks ready to go. Okay, well, let's plan for trade, because they're going to have to come in from here as well. And so what I've been doing is I'm just been preparing. Now, one thing we have to be careful, we've got zombies out here. Like, this is an animating biome. Plus we actually have this goo, which makes the dwarf very, very unhappy. So when we come up, we're going to need to set this one up with good security. So I can just do these bit by bit if we have to. Now the caravan. So if we bring this one down, the caravan's not going to be able to do much more than go to potentially this layer here. I like to be 2 layers down at least. So that layer there is, and we do actually have an aquifer as well, like a fairly deep aquifer that sort of runs through the fortress. Not sure if I said hi to Mr. Jazz and Incognito. I think I did. But in this case, yeah, we're going to end up, it's going to be a bit insecure for a little while. just for a little while. Now, if we think about how this is going to then work, we're going to be wanting to build an area around this. I might just start by planning how this is going to look. So one way you can do this is just go to something that's going to designate something on the actual ground here. Like, for example, just digging a channel. I can just use this just to block in what we're going to be then doing. If I then go across to here and move that one down, I can then just go into blueprint only mode. So what I can do is, I mean, ultimately we're probably going to be wanting it to be a little bit bigger than just right up against it. So that will be the start of our actual tower. The tower will be out like this. And then as we go down, we're going to need to have the caravan also come in from the side. So we're going to be wanting to have the caravan go out about that wide. And then come in through here. Actually, maybe even one wider. And then we'll have a drawbridge in here, which means that we need another area there. Now, and then we are going to have to start to channel down once we actually hit this region. So that will then be cleared up through there. The drawbridge will be probably the only real way out. And then we are going to need to have like an opening in through here as well. So I'll put a door there, and then we'll end up with the caravan will then sort of come back through and then start to come back down into this zone in here. So there's a few different things we can do with this actually. I mean, maybe we don't, just now thinking about how we actually now set up what's above us. If I set that one up so it goes down that way, I could actually build a doorway through there, leave that one open, and then have this one open over through here as well, and just have like two different ways into the actual fortress from the outside. And that gives me another room in here, ultimately, that we can then actually be looking into this this chamber. So it'll almost be like an exit point that goes back in this other side, and then actually ends up with the with what am I talking about here? We're going to end up with it sort of coming through, and I don't have to build all this right at the start, but we can end up with, what are they called? Like we've got a Mott and Bailey type sort of thing, where we've got like the main fortress will be here. It will ultimately extend across to this one. So if we get besieged or anything like that, we'll end up with multi layers here. But we can actually use this to go as the start for the military to go up, and then use the archery, and particularly if this is going to be the drawbridge. So this is actually where the focus is going to be if there's any invasions. So let's actually now work backwards from this other location. We're going to ultimately dig down in here, so I can actually sort of rather than actually just doing the dig down, I can dig up from the dig a ramp on this level going up. So if I go and have a look at the layer below and dig that essentially is the same as digging a channel on the way back up. So I'm going to dig that one. That's then going to come back down. The next layer down is going to be also channeled up. So now I'm going to be digging this from the bottom up. Then we've got that one digging up as well, which then gives me a location back in around. Now, this is where we can sort of build exactly what Christopher was sort of saying was with the like a trap system into the actual fortress itself. And so, where do we want to have? And really, we have to sort of pretty much set it up on this layer. So this is going to have to be where we do all of the trade. So trade is ultimately going to have to be done from here, and we want it to ultimately walk in through this central corridor. So that's sort of where we are going to be wanting to do the trade. But we're going to, we can set up like a system of traps in through here as well. So let's just go and do exactly that. So the caravan needs 3 wide to be able to then go and do different things. So if we now just go across and start to dig all the way out, so a fair way underneath where we actually are, we're going to need the trade caravan area to ultimately be, again, I could dig that one down into here. And if I make it a 7 by 7, I'll just dig that one out through that other side. This will be the access point out for this. So if we dig that one, and then we have the trade caravan able to sort of then come back through this way, and if we go a fair way out, then what that does do is it allows us to then do like an intricate sort of like trap system of anything that does get through here to then come back through like a series of like, again, I don't want it to be longer than it is to walk around here, so I've got to be a little bit careful. So it may be that we end up with like a bit of a trap system just coming back up through here. So we'll just go back up. We want to get sort of like a fair bit of location here where we can sort of then have the, so I definitely want it shorter than in pretty much anything else. Just go that way and then back up this way. I don't think we need to come off this side now. So that will be where we, if anything does make its way through, we'll end up having traps in through there. So that'll be sort of how we then sort of manage that one. Actually, I probably want to keep that one back here a little bit. The reason for that is I do also, at the start here, I definitely need to have a drawbridge back in this zone. So that will be our main setup. Hi Syrian, how are you going? And so now I can just go back to this one here and just go and make it, so change blueprints to standard selection. So I can now just go across to that one. I'm going to be wanting to build all of that. So that is all going to be designated for mining. And that way we can actually end up with the trade caravan and back in through there. Now the other thing is, if we need locations off to the side here, we could actually just go and do that one, but let's just leave that one where that is. We need a little bit of a gap for the trade caravan to leave their stuff, so we'll probably just pop this up into the top corner, for example. But we'll just leave that one where that is. Now the next one up is I've got to be careful about what I do here, because that's going to go straight up to the outside. So that all has to be set up before we actually get going. So that's going to be okay. We'll just go back in and actually I'll just go and unselect that one now. Yep, that's okay. All right, so we're back to normal. Okay, so that's that one. Now, what else did we need to do? We've got the, they've all been okay. That's now going to be set up properly. They're all working out okay. I'm just thinking if there's anything else that I've missed before I sort of unlock things, before we let the fortress just start to wander off. Again, we get this hostiles is going to be important for us to keep a track on. We might just go to F5, is it? No, this one here. This one is actually close to the top of the fortress. We've got different, actually this one here has not been named. Tower Cap Bridge. We go across to it. That's the Atom Smasher underground. This is the, okay, that one was designated for the, so this is the underground Atom Smasher. So just go back up to F3 again. Just rename this. Cavern Smasher. All right, so that's really all that one does. And that's right, we're going to fix up the bottom as well of that part of the fortress. So we've got the Yeah, we've got that there. That's okay. So we need to get another one, and now this is going to be essentially the top of the fortress. So I'll just now move another one up into here somewhere. So we'll end up with a another machines, a lever. I'm just going to turn off the planner because we just sort of designated that up in here somewhere. So I'll put that one up here. That one can then be the main one through there. So that's going to be that one's all going to be okay. And this one here, we can't name that one just yet. So that one's actually all good. Hi Began, how are you going? Do I have a future king in this run already? Yes, you do. We've just named all of the dwarves. And so you've been named. This is still the previous one because we've now got so many dwarves that it's now viable again for us. So you've just been allocated a character before because you did actually have a redemption. I forget which one you actually are. I think you were injured already. So now actually what we're going to do, we're going to go down to F6, this layer here, and try to now work across here. So this is ultimately going to be just a bit of a security zone. If we go back up, that there is a bit of an issue. So we'll block this off, and then we'll dig through this other side. So we'll just make sure that this is actually designated as well. So we just go across to constructions, walls, and we'll select this one after placement. And chert blocks, just go all the way there. So that will then be that one. And then we want to have a chert block back up into here as well. Wall. There's a piece of feelite there. I'll just go and grab that. And then we do actually have the across here as well. We just need to dig this out. Actually, I can go a bit different there. Actually, I'll just take that one up. Yeah, look, I'll leave it until we've actually no, still. It's not going to matter whichever way we do it here. So we'll just go that one across there. So this is actually, until we can get rid of that tree, it's a bit of it's unfortunately stopping us from doing anything. Okay, so that's actually now all designated. That's all good. We've got this locked in. We have a bit of work to do in here, ultimately. So I've got a fair few layers up that we need to go and block that off before it's before it's sort of really secure. So we'll unpause. I think I'm sort of now a bit nervous about doing this, but I think that's all we can really do. Let's just unpause and wait for hostiles to arrive. Now they're going off. What are you doing? It'll be Kujagrim making a bed. Oh, I've got one injured citizen. Jay Riverton. Okay, so we knew that Jay Riverton was essentially going to be injured from the attacks that happened at the end of the last episode. Still nothing that's appeared here just yet. Still got only 5 hostiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the ones up above have now disappeared, which is good. Again, there's a lot for us to look at to make sure that things are secure. What I'm going to do is I do need to get this thing actually happening. I'm going to make that a top priority. I'm going to make all of these a top priority. What's the bet that a dwarf ends up on the outside of this, in between those two areas? I'll just watch this as we go. Okay, no longer injured, that's good. So Began and Horatio have cancelled doing things. They're too badly injured. Yeah, here we go. Damn it. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Who's that? Falcons. Our old chief medical dwarf. I think I can give that an order to do that immediately either. So Falcons is trapped. Yep, one group of citizens is now stranded. Oh, hang on, 6 hostiles. What have we got? 1, 2. I've got to keep track of these. All right, it's this one here. There's a giant armed corpse as well. So this is actually something else that's come back to life. So it's still bleeding heavily. So this was actually damaged by something else back out through here. Probably that toad killed it. So it's come back to life. So we've still got six in through there. All right, let's keep it going. One thing I need to do is I need to clear these traps. Cage trap is... Yeah, we do actually have that one set. I'm just going to lock that one down. That's okay. These ones in here, they shouldn't be unlocked. Okay, we'll keep that one going. Come on, someone's gone to sleep out here now. We've still got 6 hostiles. So go for a little bit longer before I let the military off. Snowstorm has come. Okay, this is the snowstorms are okay. They're going to cancels construct building. Yeah, Falcons can't do it. So we had a bed that was cancelled. I'm not sure why. We'll need to sort of go and check that one out. So F2, F3. That one there. We'll just go and resume construction. So this is setting up quite nicely now. So this hospital is looking good. Now we don't have any traction benches, so we do need to make them. So we'll just go back down to our layer here, and stone workers, mechanics, add new task, make traction bench. All right, we'll just make 4 of those. Okay, red shirt's there. I'm just going to put my air conditioner on. I'll be right back. All right, so actually we're seeing some rubbish now being placed under here, which is a good sign because that is our garbage dump. So what has been placed in here? Gloves, socks and shoes, just from where everything actually is. So they're still not getting rid of all of the stuff up above. So it's 6 hostiles. I've got to be really careful that we don't end up with the hostiles inside. So I've got to look at this all the time and look for any sort of any interaction with combat. Oh, they need tables. Okay, so there'll be tables coming. Here we go. Yep. So giant blue jay corpse. So everything has happened very, very quickly here. Like it happens in split-second stuff. 7 hostiles now. So we do actually have a blue jay corpse inside the fortress. There it is. And so we've got all sorts of things now happening back in through here. Unfortunately, this is now miles away from where our military is. So the military was the layer down below. They're all sitting up in here waiting for these to come back to life, but they haven't come back to life. This one has. Where is it? Further up. So that corpse there. Now I've got Kujagrim's dwarf blood. He's around through here. So a lot has happened just in the small time that things have actually happened in this other side. Now, how far down? There's only one layer to the next layer down. So if anyone does fall off here, it's not terrible. This is Kivish the Spinner. Kivish has also now got blood as well. And there's Kujagrim there. And this is the so this is Kujagrim's dwarf blood. Yeah, god damn it. And then we've got another dwarven child with their blood. So there's a lot that has happened just in that split second with this particular corpse. So if we have a look at the health of this one, again, it's lost, the ability to fly has been lost, which is okay. So it's badly damaged, but Kujagrim does actually have the axe. So there is a chance that Kujagrim can sort of do the damage here, but we need to get our military over to deal with this. So now it's going to be telling them to go and deal with this particular threat. Confirm, so kill the giant blue jay. We'll just step this one through bit by bit and just see what actually did happen here. So the Stonecrafter Kujagrim is fighting, and so yeah, this is actually where other fights, this is fights from the past. Let's just go down to the bottom here, the bottom-ish. And we don't know exactly when, like there would have possibly been others that's actually happened through here. So if we have a bit of a look, blue jay corpse, some of these could be old ones, but I don't know if they are. So there's a lot going on through here. Yeah, blue jay corpse all the way through here. There's lots and lots of stuff that's going on. Actually, that's all the way up to the top, to the turf. It starts right there. So again, hacking the blue jay corpse in the head with a copper battle axe, tearing the muscle. So it is, it's doing okay. Bites in the upper arm, tearing the fat. So there's some blood there. Some blood there as well, tearing the fat. So Kujagrim is actually now in a bit of a problem. It's not such a problem for our okay, loses hold of the okay. Giant blue jay corpse bites the Stonecrafter in the right hand, tearing apart the muscle through the glove, and loses hold of the copper battle axe. The Stonecrafter falls over. It did bite the blue jay corpse in the head. Yeah, the spider silk tunic has now been ripped to shreds. Yeah, and so we're at the back through here, misses the Stonecrafter. So the Stonecrafter is biting, but no longer has the axe. So that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, the axe is now on the ground. Back over through here, we've got Kivish the Spinner. So, in fact, if we look at it from this corpse, yeah, it's not doing too much. The farmer punches the blue jay corpse in the upper body. Chief Medical Dwarf punch. There's there's Bjolf. So Bjolf is here as well. Spinner punches in the upper body as well. Blue jay corpse misses the Stonecrafter. So the Stonecrafter is yes, this is actually all the stuff that's actually happening. Okay, so this is the giant blue jay corpse snatches the dwarven child in the upper arm with its first toe, tearing the fat. These are incredibly strong. The zombies, when they come back, this is a giant creature anyway, so it's sort of like a, you know, certainly bigger than a person, and then 3 times as strong. So these are very, very strong. Snatches in the upper arm with its claws. Yeah, so the Chief Medical Dwarf is actually in the fight here. Where is the Chief Medical Dwarf? There. So Bjolf is fighting from this layer. Yeah, so Bjolf is fighting, but we don't have a real lot that's going on through here. So so now all of the stuff in through here. So unfortunately, Kujagrim is now injured and has got no clothing. Let's just go and ditch that one for a second. Now it's raining abhorrent goo, unfortunately, outside. So yeah, and we've got these interruptions. So we're just going to have to keep on fighting this one. Let's have a look and see what actually happens from the perspective of the blue jay. So I'm just going to unpause. While that's on pause there, we'll just read actually what does go on through here. So the Blue Jay corpse snatches the Stonecrafter, yeah, tearing the muscle. The Force pulls the right hand, yep, so tearing the skin. Stonecrafter bites the Blue Jay corpse in the head, denting the muscle. Dwarven Child actually does the scratches the Blue Jay corpse as well. Just keep it going. Punches, that's the farmer. Spinner punches, snatches the Stonecrafter in the lower body, tearing the fat and bruising the muscle and bruising the guts. So again, we're looking for killing blows from either side. The Stonecrafter bites the giant Blue Jay corpse in the lower body. I forget who the Stonecrafter is. Dwarven Child punches as well. Again, these guys are continuing to sort of pummel it. Chief Medical Dwarf. This is sort of split-second stuff that we're doing just as I unpause it. Punches again in the head, bruising the muscle. Scratches that one in the lower body. This one here, the Blue Jay corpse snatches at the Stonecrafter, tearing the fat. So it's sort of tearing the Stonecrafter to shreds here. Who is the Stonecrafter? Let's just press escape and just see who that Stonecrafter is. That's the spinner. That's Kujagrim. So Kujagrim, one of our named dwarves. So the server's saying, yeah, the colony got a migrant wave. Yes, it did. So we're continuing going on with that one. Hi Valanis, and then we've got so Irincandes. Oh, there we go. Sorry, we've just got a bit of a band that we need to do. There we are. So band. Coffee is life is then saying, can you have the dwarves drag the corpses and deposit them outside of the fortress so that when they come back they are locked out? Sort of, yes. But when you do that, it's like we've then got to have the time it takes, and so we've been trying to throw these corpses away, but everything happens so fast, and particularly with fights. Fights happen in a blink. Like if you don't pause it like what I am, it'll literally be. There'll be lots of interaction in through here, lots of things happening, and then all of a sudden something will be dead. So that's why I try to sort of locate what's happening. You saw how much happened, and that was only like a couple of seconds of just letting the game run forward. I can't really afford to do that without seeing what's going on. So it's sort of you can see there's a lot of fighting going on with what we've sort of just in that since we did that one the last time. Now von Schweinhund the farmer interrupted as well. Where was that? Let's just make sure it's not somewhere else. It says down there. That's actually where. Why was von Schweinhund interrupted there? There's only 7 hostiles. Just come back up to the fight. And we just do it from the Blue Jay perspective. Actually, where's our military now? The military has hardly moved. So from the time I gave them the order to go and kill that Blue Jay, they're moving down now, but it's going to take, you can see how long it's going to take. So this fight will hopefully be over by that stage, to be honest. Bites in the lower leg. Punches the Blue Jay corpse in the lower body. Just keep it sort of going in through here. In the right wing, bruising. Snatches the Stonecrafter in the left lower arm, tearing apart the muscle. An artery has been opened up in that one as well. Many nerves have been severed. You can see how strong they actually are. Like it's very, very strong. Okay, all they can do is punch in this instance. Punches, yeah, through that one through there. Bends the right knee. Kicks the giant Blue Jay corpse in the left wing. Snatches the Stonecrafter. So it's really focusing on Kujagrim. The farmer is now sort of punching. It looks like Kujagrim may be out of... I know the Stonecrafter is still kicking away, so still fighting. I thought that by now Kujagrim may be unconscious. Punches again, lower body. Punches again. Okay, so it's now they're trying to. So Kujagrim is now kicking it in the head. So we've got to try to destroy the brain. Upper body, snatches the Stonecrafter, tearing the fat through the shoes. So it's causing a lot of damage in through here. Yep, so keeping on smashing it. So everyone's jumping in to actually go and do this. Snatches the Stonecrafter again, tearing the fat. Yeah, bruising. Alright, so the giant blue jay snatches the Stonecrafter on the left foot, tearing the muscle and bruising the bone through the shoe. Okay, so it's now it bends the left ankle, tearing apart the muscle and tearing different muscles in through there. So causing lots and lots of damage. Again, the farmer punches in the head, just bruising. It's hardly. We've got to get the military here. Spinner. So the spinner now is somebody else. I think that's now come in as well. Actually, no, there's someone different again. So they're all trying to smack its head. That's really all that's really happening at this point in time. And then it snatches the Stonecrafter again. So tearing the fat. So it's really shredding. It's shredding Kujagrim completely. Just keep it going a little bit further. Oh, here the Dwarven child bites a blue jay corpse in the head, tearing apart the muscle. It's latched on firmly. So we need to get through to the brain. Expedition leader has now joined in as well. So we've now got extra people now coming in that have sort of been on the staircase. So kicks the giant blue jay corpse in the lower body. There we go. Punches again. Punches. Nothing getting close. Okay, so again, tearing apart the Kujagrim. So Kujagrim is really taking a lot of all the damage here is going to Kujagrim. So snatches again, Stonecrafter. So Kujagrim again, and Chief Medical Dwarf now latches on firmly as it bites the right wing, and so it's we're trying to rip this thing apart. So the Dwarven child punches the giant blue jay corpse in the right eye with her left hand, and the injured part collapses. The force twists her head. This is cool. So this kid is fighting very, very effectively. Spinner is now also coming in with different things. Okay, we've got the punches the blue jay corpse in the right wing. Giant blue jay corpse snatches a Stonecrafter in the right foot, tearing the fat through the. You see that's got the X cave spider silk shoe. The X means that it's badly damaged. So we've got shredded shoes as well as shredded Stonecrafter, or in this case Kujagrim. It's a shame that we dropped the axe. That axe is sort of very, very important. So we'll keep it going through here. Lots and lots of fighting. It's going to take a long time, unless we can get the military here. So, yeah, punches again. So again, it's just going after Kujagrim. Just keep it sort of having a look. I'm just not looking for anything to do with attacks to the head. So the giant blue jay corpse snatches at the Dwarven child. Now, why has that happened? Where is the last thing from the Stonecrafter? Stonecrafter's still alive, so Kujagrim is actually still overexerted and bleeding. So let's have a look at the health of Kujagrim. Bleeding, overexerted, ability to stand has been lost, ability to grasp has been lost, motor nerve damage, sensory nerve damage. We don't know what the wounds actually are just yet, but there's old wounds that have been sutured, so they've still got stitches from the last lot of fights. That's the history of what's actually happened in through here. So in the previous year, this is actually where the sutures actually had been gone in, and there's still actually some from the previous year. Description. So there's lots of bruising. Nothing too bad just yet. Nothing too bad. So Kujagrim is still maybe okay. Let's just go back to the blue jay now. Here we've got this is Ilril, the Dwarven child. So who else have we got? We've got the spinner back over through here. We've got another child there, Iton. So we've got two kids now in the fight. We've got Munkerstrap, the expedition leader, is now fighting as well on the lower stairs. Beolf is in there. This is Resmelin, the butcher, coming down as well. So there's stuff that's been left over. Let's just see where our military is. Here they come. So they've gone from all of that. They've gone from there to there. So you can see how long it's going to take them to get there. So this is why we really have to try to get these guys to kill this thing off before the military has to get there. And we took the chance that the military would be able to would have to fight these. these would come back to life. Well, so it's going to take a long time to get the military down to attack these. Okay, so right foot. Yes, so they're going after the spinner. It's looking for headshots, really. Lower body, upper leg. So now it's the spinner is now being ripped to shreds. Yep, Stonecrafter kicks it in the so the Stonecrafter is still operating. Here we go. So it's now bites the giant blue jay corpse in the left lower leg, tearing the muscle. The sensory nerve has been severed. Not that it matters for a zombie, and it's then latched on firmly. So that's fine. Yeah, we're getting more and more hits on this one, but not really getting the head at this stage. There we go. Farmer punches in the head, but it's not enough. Nowhere near enough. Misses the spinner. Spinner punches the blue jay corpse in the head, bruising the muscle. There's just not enough damage. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. The farmer kicks the giant blue jay corpse in the upper body. I almost need to set up my guys that always to carry, like nearly everyone has to carry a weapon, I think, somehow. If we can figure out a way to do that. Yep, so farmer punches the giant blue jay corpse in the head, bruising the muscle. Again, punching it in the head again, bruising the muscle. So we're going for largely for its head. Scratches the spinner, tearing the skin. Bites the blue jay corpse in the head, tearing the muscle. Flap latches on firmly. Keep it going through here. Punches in the upper body. Scratches again at the spinner. Now the guys can actually bleed out as well. We have to be careful of that, particularly with the Stonecrafter now. So and these guys are getting more and more tired. The zombies, of course, don't get tired. So upper body, lower leg, latches on firmly. Really need to be going for the head. The head is the key. Just keep it going through here. So there's more and more stuff happening. We're getting a lot more hits in than what it is against us, but that doesn't really mean much, unless we can start to chop bits and pieces off this thing. So lower body again, kicks it in the left wing. So there's lots of stuff actually happening through here. That's bending the hip. It's still going for stuff. It's still ripping them to shreds. We've got kicks the blue jay corpse in the left wing again. So just not really getting through again in the head, bruising the muscle. But we need much more damage coming into the heads than what we're seeing through here. Misses the spinner. Finally, we get a miss. So sort of scratching out. Punches the corpse in the lower body. Now, we're not noticing bites from the blue jay corpse. I just wonder if its beak has been, damaged in some way. Again, we are going for its head. Snatches. See, it's snatching at the spinner. It's not biting at anything. It hasn't bit for a long time. And I haven't sort of noticed anything with the beak. If the beak has sort of been damaged in some way. I love how detailed the actual game is. It sort of models everything, and if you just sort of let it go on its own, here we go. The Stonecrafter tries to kick it in the head again, but missed. It glanced off. Yeah, the zombies are really powerful. Expedition leader punches in the head. In the head with his left hand, so punching again from the farmer, bruising the muscle again. Nothing even close to killing this thing off. So in the head again, bruising the muscle. The blue jay snatches at the spinner with his first toe left foot, tearing the muscle. So this is actually going for the head of the spinner. The spinner may be unconscious. Punches in the head, bruising the muscle. So there's a few more punches in the head there. Upper body. We are focusing now on the head. Actually, the spinner's there, punching away, but we're just not getting enough damage done. We need weaponry. Snatches the spinner in the right upper leg, tearing the muscle. Kicks the giant blue jay corpse in the upper body, bruising the muscle. The head, bruising the muscle. Again, the kids can be fairly effective with their fighting. Snatches the spinner. So that's again just sort of at least it's not going for the head anymore. Like as in the blue jay is not going for the head of the spinner anymore. It was before. So still going with still only getting bruising when we go for the head. Spinner latches on firmly. Here we go. We now bites the left upper leg. We can, of course, rip its limbs apart. That would actually help a little bit, because it is actually snatching away with its first toe left foot. So that first toe left foot is causing a lot of... Now the spinner is having trouble breathing. This is a problem. So it did it in the upper body, tearing the muscle and bruising the right lung. So now the spinner is actually now in a bit of trouble. Kujigrim is still actually back in, sort of kicking away. So we don't have a real lot of fighting capabilities with those two on the same level as it. Chief Medical Dwarf, the right wing, right ankle. Yeah, so the spinner punches the blue jay corpse in the right foot, but the attack passes right through. So again, this is actually where it's been... the damage done to the blue jay corpse is monumental, but it actually still... it's a zombie, so it just doesn't care. Keep it going for a little bit longer, then I think we'll actually undo the... we'll just let it play itself out a little bit. Because really, I think until the cook's now involved, so punches the blue jay corpse in the upper body. So we've now got more and more dwarves coming in to lend a hand. So just through weight of numbers, hopefully we'll be able to do it. So this is the alpaca leather brakes. This is the spinner. So the spinner will now not have any clothing, which is a problem. Cook punches it in the lower body. And again, we're just not... These things to the bodies just aren't going to really do the damage. Let's just see where the military is in just a second, and then maybe we'll just let it sort of run forward a little bit. So we're doing a lot more punching than what we're getting back. So it's now surrounded with different units. There's lots of people on the ground here. Where are the military? Here they come. So they're still some way off. They've now moved from there to there in all of that. Let's actually just let the game run forward and just see what actually happens here for a little bit. So we've got 7 hostiles. We'll just keep a bit of an eye on that one. Yes, so many people now involved in this fight. I'm thinking through weight of numbers. We should be okay. Let's just unpause. Just let it go for a little bit of time. All of that happened. I literally took it off for 1 second. Not seeing anything else really happening. Let's just go and watch what actually does go on here. There's the cook there now on the same level. There we go, we've got it. Okay, so that took a fair bit of time for that to actually happen. So we now actually have 6 injured citizens. So we've now got big problems with all the stuff that's actually happening through here. So so they've come back. Military, where did they get? They got to here. They almost got there. Almost got there in time. But these haven't come back to life. And they're going to drag them back to here, of course. All right, so it's 6 injured citizens now, so that's a fair bit. Some of them won't be that badly injured, but some of them will be. Well, we need to throw this one away. I think we'll just unpause and just watch the game. These guys have gone off away from being on duty, so let's just now let them do their own thing. So once they've done that one, they've now got no special orders, so they'll start to just wander their way through. Let's see if we can actually save as many of these as possible. So there will be people helping. Some of them will be able to walk to the hospital beds. So we've got Beowulf, the chief medical dwarf, has got no job, is healthy. Description, she's fine. So she'll go and start to look after everyone. Now we've still got some things just saying like Union ID is fighting through here. They'll mainly be with them just saying different things. Improved my observation. That was not satisfying. Those injuries, this doesn't scare me. And so these are going to be, there's going to be a lot of injured units. In fact, we've got Kivish has got no job, overexerted, seriously injured. So he's now, so Kivish the spinner is going back, and then we've also then got Supreme Plague is recovering the wounded. So Supreme Plague is now dragging back the wounded into the beds. Now, Errol seems to be fairly happy, playing make-believe now. Again, health-wise, description, not a problem. So that one is fine. On the layer above, we've then got all of these injured people. So Atomic Ant is got no job, is stressed. Kujagrim is overexerted, seriously injured. Kivish the cook is going to go off to rest. Health-wise, has taken a fair bit of damage from just that one little fight. So that fight has caused a lot of issues. If we go back into, so Klingzog has also got no job there as well. Right, well, let's just unpause and let the game run forward. So, yeah, so we're not seeing anything other than just the that'll be everyone just talking about what actually happened. So we'll start to find that there'll be lots and lots of people now in the bed, and we've now got 5 injured citizens, not 6 anymore. We've still got 24 population, so no one's actually died, which is good. So the 5 injured citizens. Let's just see where they actually are. Yeah, we've got one of the kids. His so Bjolf is down here looking after Iton, the dwarven child. So, and then the others will then sort of come back through. Now we'll just resume construction there. So we'll bring that one back in. We also have another injured one through there. Munka Strap, the expedition leader, is stressed and unconscious. So Bjolf's going to have a lot of work to do, just going around between the different hospital beds, the different hospitals that we've got. So this hospital is only got two beds set up, and so sort of is now going to be working their way through there. Most of the injuries will just require sutures. So we can see what we've got in this zone here. Yep, so soap is the only thing we don't actually have. We're going to have to get soap. Okay, that's fine. Now we did want to smooth this out because we want the recovery to be as happy as possible when we're actually in here. Yeah, so God, I wouldn't mind another doctor, but really we've just got the one surgeon. If you're saying, is this a good time to talk about time off? No. Do you have a water source? Says Space Pants. Yes, there's a we have a well there. We also have a well. I think I can actually operate between the different layers. We've got a well there as well, which is sort of on that same level as this. These wells go into a aquifer. So I've sort of been filling up an aquifer for the water. So the water source is always going to be there. But we'll just sort of see what happens with all of this. Now it's still got the 6 hostiles. Just quickly go through those. Just make sure that we're not got any real issues there. And then we do really have to try to get this one out of here, which is good. I knew that was going to happen back in there, so that's a bit of a problem. Let's go and just go through and find Bjolf. So Bjolf, if we just follow Bjolf around for a little while, so it's going to go off and clean the patient. It's getting a bucket, going to the going into there, just going to pick up, clean off. Oh, damn it, here we go again. Here we go again. So now we've got Bjolf is now heavily bleeding. Where's Bjolf gone? You can't win. You cannot win. Why would you think you could win in this game? Just can't happen, can it? Alright, so we've got another corpse that's come back to life. Where was it? 6 injured citizens, including Bjolf. Left hand, yeah. Wow. We're going to have to bring in another doctor. It's you don't get much luck being the chief medical dwarf in this fortress. You really don't. We need to get the military now involved to take on this blue jay that's now just outside the hospital. Wow, just trying to get this water across, and this is Bjolf's blood. I thought, oh, what's it cleaning? But it was actually fighting this corpse. So, attack the corpse. Confirm. So now, hopefully, we've got military dwarves nearby, which we don't, of course. They were nearby. Where are they now? Gee, where are they? Not seeing them there. Yeah, 7 hostiles. Let's just quickly have a look through and just make sure that there's nothing else. It's just that one there is the only one inside that we have to concern ourselves with. Military. Yeah, it's not too far away there. And they're in there as well. So Atomic Ant will be ready to go. That's still, yeah, it's a fair way up. That's a long way up, actually. That's a long way up. All right, well, let's just unpause this and just see what actually happens here. And we'll just keep an eye on, rather than going through all the details here, this is a different corpse that's come back to life. So, here's, Bjolf is right there. Pain, heavy bleeding, pain, nauseous, tired. All right, let's unpause and just see what actually happens here. We're fighting away. Still got 24 there. I won't. So I'm just unpausing this every so often. So more of them are now coming back in to fight. Oh, here we go. Spear Dwarf is now here. Where? Spear Dwarf. There. All right. So we do actually have Supreme Plague is right here. So Supreme Plague is close to the fight. This one should finish it off fairly quickly. So if we have a look at like Supreme Plague should be able to do the damage here. Just have a quick look at it from the Blue Jay's perspective. Spear Dwarf stabs it in the lower body. Let's keep on pausing this a little bit. So we're looking for Spear Dwarf here mainly. Snatches the farmer, tearing the muscle. An artery has been opened, unfortunately. Bites the giant Blue Jay corpse. Come on. See, here we go. Stabs in the right wing, fracturing the bone. Snatches the animal dissector. God, everyone's going to be injured here. Metalcrafter pushes the giant Blue Jay corpse. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Snatches the animal dissector. Bruising the fat. Metalcrafter punches. Not seeing much with the Spear Dwarf. We're getting kicks. So it's kicking in the head up the top there. Actually stabs in the head, tearing apart the muscle. So we are going for the brain. This is good stuff. So Supreme Plague is right here. This is going to help a lot. Kicks the Blue Jay corpse in the right foot. Copper spear is lodged. So it's now it stabbed it in the lower body. It's lodged firmly in the wound though. So it'll then try to sort of pull it out. Punches the Blue Jay corpse in the right wing. So yeah, gain possession of it again. And Okay, Spear Dwarf stabs the Blue Jay corpse in the left lower leg, tearing a muscle. Again, just sort of tearing ligaments and things. It does actually stop them from being as effective. Misses the animal dissector. That's good. Keep it going. Keep it going. We're going to have to get another doctor because Chief Medical Dwarf pushes it away. Poor old Dwarf has had a hard day here. The right wing pushes in through here. So these are coming back to life. We killed them off, and now they're all coming back to life. We need to smash them. Stabs it in the right wing, bruising the bone. Misses. Punches again. Okay, Chief Medical Dwarf pushes the Blue Jay corpse in the tongue, and the injured part collapses. It's not enough. It's not enough. So we need to see anything from the Spear Dwarf. Punches in the upper body. And fish dissector misses the dwarven child. That's good. Spear Dwarf stabs it in the head, tearing apart the muscle, but not enough to do the damage. Punches again in the upper body. Just keep it going here. And again, just where's the Spear Dwarf? Yeah, just stabs it in the left wing. It's not enough, really. Stabs it in the upper body, and it lodges firmly in the wound again. Yep. So it pulls on the spear and gets hold of it again. Snatches the dwarven child, tearing the muscle again. We're going to have so many injured dwarves here. So punches again. Come on, Supreme Plague. Kicking it again. No, it's not. It's stabbing it in the. Okay, this one here, the Blue Jay corpse snatches the dwarven child. Okay, that's not too bad. Not too bad. So we're not getting to its head. The kid is taking a lot of damage here. Metal Crafter. Lower, yeah. So Supreme Plague is now just stabbing its feet, not going for the actual killing blow. We've got to get this killing blow in. Snatches the farmer this time, so it's now switched to a different target. Metal Crafter, yep, so snatches the animal dissector this time. Just ripping everyone apart. So, here we go. So the Spear Dwarf stabs the giant Blue Jay corpse in the head with his copper spear, and the injured part is cloven asunder. So that should be the end of the corpse, the end of the Blue Jay. Yeah, the Blue Jay is now down. Okay, let's throw this one away. So we'll get that one through there. And yeah, so a lot of damage in through here. 11. So that's half of our citizens now are actually damaged. Oh God. So who else have we got now? Got around the place. Who's not injured? Who can be the next makeup doctor for now? I'm thinking it's going to have to be. Is Neemst? No, Neemst is unconscious. Beacon is healthy. Going off to pray. All right, Beacon's our new doctor, I think. If we just quickly look at health, yeah, can't stand and can't grasp. So no, not a good candidate for a doctor. I think it's Redshirt may have to be the one. So Redshirt's got no job. That should have been. Just looking at this one here, legendary miner. Saying she's got no job, but she should have then done the top bits that we had at the top of the fortress. No, she hasn't done that yet. Yeah. At the moment, she's probably the only one we can put in as a doctor. Von Schweinhut? What's Von Schweinhut like? Stunned, winded, seriously injured. Yeah, so no good there. I think we have to find somebody further away. Jay Riverton, the butcher, is healthy at this stage. Health, ability to grasp, somewhat impaired. Wounds. Lots of wounds. Some of it's been sutured. That's just scarring. Okay, so Jay Riverton. is our new doctor. So we'll go to both locations and set up another doctor. So as you bring it, like when I get another doctor in here, that's then going to add another doctor. A doctor does all of the different components: diagnostician, surgeon, and bone doctor. So I'm going to go across now. Sev, is Sev damaged? But no, I'll put Jay Riverton in there, so you can see we've now got a third doctor in there as well. I might even get a third one, you know. What's Sev like? Just to get what we can. Fish dissector. Injured. Tired and injured, yeah, no, that's not going to help. Alright, so then we need to go up to the top of the fortress and go to this hospital and put the doctor in there as well. Okay, Jay, you're on. And so we've got Falcons as the doctor there. We'll put Jay Riverton in there. I might still grab another one. Actually, I might even make one of the actual. Actually, the Spear Dwarf. Two of them are Spear Dwarfs. That was Supreme Plague. I'll put Supreme Plague in as a doctor as well. Yep. So let's just do that. So that way they'll just go off and do their thing when they're not fighting. And I'll make Supreme Plague. Actually, maybe even make one of the others. If we go back to the other one. Just get rid of all of those. And go back down again. Actually, where is it? Or is it up? It's up. Just quickly go back into here as well. And make a... so we can only have one, can only be in one location. So Bjolf is in both. If I go to the J Riverton again, does that then change it for the other one? This is the sort of like the emergency one, so we're going to need to... Yeah, it does. In that case, I will put J Riverton in this one. So we'll just sort of split up the various military guys as well, so they can just sort of help out a little bit at each of those locations. All right, we've still got 24. We're still doing okay-ish, but we now have got a lot of very, very unhappy dwarves. So the happiness is dropping dramatically. All right, let's continue on. So we'll just go back up the top here and just wait for things to happen. 5 hostiles in through there again. They're all just on the outside. Still going to have to somehow get this stranded citizen, which is a problem, and then 11 injured citizens. This is not good, is it? This is not good at all. What we might need to do is actually put some traps in around the fortress, just to try to stop this from happening. Not sure how we could do that though. We really do have an issue. Serious issues. Let's just unpause and we'll just watch what happens down through here. Alert. Oh, von Schweinhund, the farmer has been found dead. We're down to 23. Where is that? That was on the staircase. So now we have another problem. We now have a zombie likely to come through. So, God, this is annoying. Is von Schweinhund in the chat? Can't see von Schweinhund in there, so can't get rid of von Schweinhund. I've read a few of few of the comments. So Saltwater Aquifer is saying, hey, I've tried to get the command source for water magma, for water/magma. The command console keeps popping errors. Have you successfully used the command before? Source. I'm not sure what that is. Is that a DF hack command, is it? I don't know. I try not to... I'm not sure what that actually is, so I really can't help with that one. Hi, Cy Baker. It's your Spanish friend. So Nasfor saying howdy, great, more birds. Yeah, no, that's now killed one of them. Sigismundo is then saying I've used source recently with no problems. Is your usage of the command correct? So yeah, I used the code given from the help section from the command console. And then saying flow works. Yeah, I'm not sure what you guys are talking about there, so I'll skip past all of that. Yeah, so you guys are still just talking about that one through there. Hi Matthew, how you going? So saying, oh, my new dwarf name for me. Yes, that's right. Yep. So Doctor, my leg is broken. Show me your heels. So anyway, there's lots of drama going on. So unfortunately now we've lost. Where is that? That is right in the central area. Klingzog is now a doctor. An atomic ant. Now we're definitely going to have a problem now with the doctor. Now the farmer coming back to life. So von Schweinhut will come back to life. We will have to go and kill it. We've got a little bit of time up our sleeve before that happens. Wow. So the giant blue jay corpse there is fighting. That was the last thing. So it killed the farmer just at the same time that it actually got to everything else. Let's unpause and where is the farmer? Let's just unpause for a little while. Looking down here as well. Let's get rid of that one. 9 injured citizens now. And still 5 hostiles. God, I'm with red shirts nearby, that's going to be okay. We're going to be able to deal with that one. Klingzog is diagnosing a patient. These beds are going to be completely full. So we've sort of got 9 injured citizens. Some of them won't actually make it there. All right, and then we just go back down up to the top here as well. So we've got the this is Niemst is basically on the floor. We've got Sev is resting. A few of them resting on that bed. Munkerstrap, the expedition leader, is on this bed. Wow, absolute carnage. Now we've got Atomic Ant is getting provisions and is stressed. Let's just watch what happens here. Let's have a look and see what's happened to von Schweinhut's corpse. This is von Schweinhut's corpse. It is splattered with his blood. We're not going to see much. Now, somebody is coming to take his corpse and bury it. So this is probably a little bit dangerous, but let's just see what actually happens here. We're down to 7 injured citizens, so some of these are not badly injured, which is good. So we're going to be shuffling them out of the hospital system. Now, who's going to go and grab that job? Who wants the job of burying the dead? Here we go. We've got different place items in tombs. Still got a fair few of those. Yeah, that's interesting. Construct building, that's the kid there. Diagnosed patient, clean patient. So these are all working their asses off trying to get things happening. Red shirts suturing. Actually, everyone's jumping in here to help. This is great. I love it. I love it. Even the non-doctors. All right, so let's just keep that happening. We'll just keep on watching this until it comes back to life, which it will. Up to 10 injured citizens, so there's been more diagnosis. Oh, and we no longer have... Just go to F6. Did someone go and open that up? No, she got out. Must have climbed over the wall. Okay, so that was... Who was that was under there? That was... the Munkerstrap's now off on his feet. I forget who was trapped. Falcons. Yeah, Falcons has climbed over. From Thirst has actually now broken its way out. So let's not go and get rid of that that area. We'll just go down to F6 again. Not that anyone's got time to be constructing these walls anymore. So we'll just go back across and remove that designation. So we still need to have all the mining done back out this other side. But I'm just going to let... I won't make anything actually happening. Oh, we need thread. So we're out of thread now. We need to find spider webs, and hopefully we'll be able to find it in this largish area through here. So we've sort of now, yeah, so I'm not able to suture the wounds. Okay, so we'll just go back up the stairs and wait for that zombie to come back to life. God, it's a long way up. It needs thread. Yep, needs thread. So we're completely out of thread. 7 injured citizens left, so the others are sort of doing their thing. It's not back to life yet. No one's burying him, of course. There's miasma in here, so something's gone rotten inside the butcher's shop. 6 injured citizens left. Yeah, this area here is pretty full. That's Neepst. There's a Thratio. 7 Neepst in through there. Where is our main doctor? Where's Bjolf? Resting. Oh, in this bed over here. Okay. So Bjolf is resting at that point. Actually, splitting up the military guys by giving them different hospitals is actually not a bad idea. Oh, there's a giant blue jay skull totem that somebody's made and dropped it on the staircase there. Of course, just go back up to where the bodies actually are. He's got to come back to life. There's not enough damage done. Watch him with interest. Ah, there he is. There he is. Okay, so we've now got we now have a zombie von Schweinhund. Ah, but look at this. We've got Klingzog is right here. So Dr. Klingzog is here, ready for action. So got no job at this point in time. So von Schweinhund will be is going. It is going after Dr. Klingzog. So we'll now actually do the actual damage. So Bjolf is saying, hopefully no one dies until I come back to enjoy it. No, this is the perfect position to be in here, with having von Schweinhund now sort of coming back in. Have a look and see what actually happened in through here. So look at the corpse. So the doctor bashes von Schweinhund's corpse in the left upper arm, jamming the bone through the left shoulder. So it misses the doctor. The doctor bashes again the corpse in the head with the copper warhammer, bruising the muscle, jamming the skull through the brain and tearing the brain. It's not enough to kill it though. But you can see this is going to be very, very one-sided. The doctor bashes von Schweinhund's corpse in the head, bruising the muscle. So it's hardly going to take any time at all. missing this one all the way through. I am going to set the military, because they don't like fighting unless they've given the orders to. So they're not actually on station yet. So if we go and do this one, it's going to be over very, very quickly. So if we just go back across, grab, I don't know why it's every second click it sort of works. But this is, so it's charging at the doctor, doctor jumps away. Now this is where we have to be a little bit careful. Let's just escape from that one. We are actually on the ground level here, which is actually good. We don't want to be on this level here because there's a 7 drop down. So if we did this on purpose to make these even more dangerous, but if they jump, he has jumped across to here, which is fine. So this is where we've sort of come in. But if he jumps on the next layer down into here, he's going to then fall 7 layers, which is enough to kill them. So we have to be very, very careful. We had a few dwarves that have actually fallen and injured themselves, and some that have fallen and not really done much damage to themselves, but we have to be careful of that. So in this case, we'll just keep it sort of going. So we'll again look at it from von Schweinhundt's perspective. So Spear Dwarf bashes the von Schweinhundts in the head with a copper warhammer. So this, even though it's a Spear Dwarf, it actually has got a hammer. Bends the neck. Okay, so again, it's going to be trying to bash it in the head. The zombie cannot really do much damage. This zombie can't do much damage to the military dwarves. This charges at the Spear Dwarf, collides with the Spear Dwarf. They tangle together and fall over, so they're both on the ground. It then misses the Spear Dwarf, so Klingzog then bashes von Schweinhund in the left lower leg, bruising the muscle, bashes it again in the head, and the injured part is crushed. Now that should be enough to kill it. Yeah, there it is. So all over and done with pretty fast. So so that was good. Now this is, if we now look at the description for von Schweinhund, this is von Schweinhundt's mangled corpse. It wasn't mangled before. That's the mangled. Still, they can still come back to life from that, but not from this, in this case. Not when they've been like that's now a safe zombie. We no longer need to worry about it. So that's all over and done with. That was lucky that there was no one else really that was there was a problem there. So that one should be okay. Let's now just keep it going again. We'll just let the dwarves go and do their own thing and look at the hostiles. And was it another one that was fighting? Let's let it go a bit longer. Dr. Klingzog, that'll just be some statement. So I was caught in a miasma, so disgusting. So I'm not sure where that actually was. So something was, potentially was getting some food from in here, where the miasma was before. I don't think we're seeing miasma on the stairs just yet. There may be miasma in here, which once these start to rot. But we need to crush them. So yeah, we've got all these injured guys here. Let's just go down and see how we're doing in the main area. Obviously it's up. Yeah, we'll just keep it going. 5 injured citizens at this stage. So we'll unpause. 6 injured citizens. Okay, so some of them haven't got to the hospital yet. Yep, that's not too bad. Actually, only 4. Only 4. We've still got 23 alive. Yeah, so can't make trousers. Needs cloth. So 5 hostiles. So they're cleaning themselves off, I think. This is Beacon. Yeah, clean self. Only 3 injured citizens now. 1, 2, 3. These others are probably just resting. I know, cleaning up. Cleaning up the rooms. I'll just pause that for a second. Okay, so we've just made some more crutches. Still got 3 injured citizens, so they looks like they're pretty seriously injured. Let's now go down to the see if there's anything else that we have to concern ourselves with. If we go to other, this is where we've got like all the undead we're aware of because they're dangerous. Yes, that was being caged. We do have a Gorlak which has been caged. Yeah, nothing much really that we have to concern ourselves with here. There's another, just a giant cave toad. We don't want these coming back to life. Okay, so let's just go down to F6 in this case and just keep on seeing when we get this stuff dug through. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to put back on the and make it so that red shirt only does that. Kivish, I think, was still injured. I'm going to go and tell them to also only do the cleaning up here. So Kivish will then go off and do that one. Bjolf is too injured to do anything. 7 hostiles. What have we got? Okay, they've come in here. 8 hostiles. At least it's not inside the fortress. That's all we have to care about, really. Klingzog is attending a meeting somewhere. Now I've still got... There's nothing much there. It's just old clothing. Kivish the cook. So they're off doing different things. Yeah, they're getting logs, bringing those inside. Down to 2 injured citizens, 1 injured citizen, which is Kujagrim, who took all of that brunt of that fight. So seriously injured at this stage, still unconscious. Let's have a look at the health and the wounds. Now, we don't have all of the, like we've sutured a lot of the actual wounds that have happened in through there. The treatment that's still required, upper body needs dressing, left hand needs dressing, and left leg needs dressing. Then we don't actually have cloth. So there's a bit of cloth there. Hopefully they'll be able to go and make use of that. All right, so rock door has been completed. So you can see there, like we need like that hospital. The 2 hospitals actually got swamped. So we definitely need like a lot of beds. I'm going to tell them to smooth out this one as well, just so we can sort of start to get the smoothing happening. And similarly back over here as well. We want this to be as pristine as possible if we can do it. All right, so the 8 hostiles, we won't worry about those so much. Still 2 injured citizens. Still seriously injured. Okay, so he hadn't been allocated from before. Yeah, so he's only just made it into the hospital bed. So, and the other one, of course, that we've got that's injured is Kujagrim. All right, so hopefully the main doctor can now start to do different things. There's a farmer. God, we're in a bad way here. There's von Schweinhut's mangled corpse. Things are not going well. Yeah, the others are still badly injured. There's really nothing much we can do. Yep, so that one's no longer considered to be injured. Oh, there we go. So Kujagrim has is now considered healthy, but the grasp has been damaged. So it'll take a bit of time just to get those things to sort of work. That's all okay again. rock coffers is now complete. So the fortress is sort of back up and thumping along a little bit. Let's just go back up to the top and just see if that's been designated. Not yet. Oh, here we go. Dwarf is saying ability to grasp lost. Does that mean that with both hands or just with one? That's with one hand usually, but it means that it's not able to really sort of do much in the way of like, you know, for example, to hold the axe. Not going to be able to hold the axe. Hi, yes. Azanath, how are you going? Saying, what do you think of work orders for temples where the priest can assign dwarves who come to pray work orders to go feed, socialise? I'm not sure, actually. I've never really been able to get that far into a game. Normally everything's dying by that stage. So we've got one temple, but we haven't done anything at all with it at all. We've got too many undead things happening. So it's been dangerous for us. We'll just keep this going in this zone. This is, you know, we've got rotten stuff in here as well. I need to clean up all of this stuff. So we'll keep these coming across. I've only got the one miner, but she's very, very fast. Now I need to get this area here done, which is good. Go back the other way, please. Not quite where we wanted it. 9 hostiles now on the map. Where's that? What was that one in there? It's a corpse. Which layer is that on? Yeah, that's okay. We're not going to worry. That's not going to worry us. We sort of can lock that one off, so that's not really going to be an issue. Yeah, Kujagrim is just too injured. Can't do things. This has filled up quite a lot. All right, the corpse has been taken down, so Von Schweinhut should be back up the top here somewhere. There he is. No, that's Adrian Sotier's mangled corpse. Tavern keeper. So we'll lock that one away. So somebody's coming to try to they keep on coming to try to lock them up. It's orangutans. There's one Schweinhund. Once they've been zombified, they keep on trying to rebury them all the time. So we just have to lock them down once they're actually in here. So you've got to fill. These are filling up quite a lot. There's Bjorf's different bits and pieces, just different teeth. Okay, so we'll keep it going. Yeah, God, there's so much death and destruction in here. Just go back up the top again. Sort of on the wrong side. I really need this done. Back over the other area. Okay, giant cave toad is fighting a giant cave toad corpse, so that's going to be another giant cave toad corpse outside now. I think that's going to be essentially yeah. So these are going to kill each other. And then that'll be even more stuff that we then have to contend with back outside. There's now 9 hostiles. I'll just keep on double checking that we don't actually have anything inside that we need to concern ourselves with. No, that's all. They're all corpses on the outside. That's okay. And there's a cave crocodile fighting as well. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, the giant bat. So the giant bat is moving around, I think. Yes, it's back over here. So the cave crocodile should be killed, and that will come back to life as well. That's just off to the... that's in the south. That's actually moved around quite a bit. This can fly over the top of our walls, which we have to be a bit concerned about. The giant bat is probably the biggest threat we have on the outside at the moment. So I need to get these things established. Yeah, I'll just let them sort of develop what's happening at the moment up the top here. I need this bit done more so than this bit. Yeah, Dwarf can't really do anything, can't even clean because of the injuries. They'll come good eventually. Good, that's what we need. Alright, so the next thing we need to do now is to set up a this area through here, which is going to be the drawbridge for this other zone. So I'm just going to go into constructions, bridges, and we want this one to raise from the right, and we'll just go and place a 3x3 from there to there. We've got mudstone right here, so I might as well just make it out of mudstone. So that's going to be placed in that location, and then this will be what we raise up and down for when there is actually any other units coming, and this will be where we end up with ultimately with traps through here. So I'm going to start to build those as well. If we just go across to cages and traps, or cages and restraints, actually that's not what we wanted. It was traps, and we just want cage traps. So anything that does actually make its way through here will end up being trapped. I'm just going to go into the planner mode, and so we've got now mechanisms. We're going to need more mechanisms, but I'm just going to go and set this one up. I'm just going to put the main ones in to start with, which are those. So anything coming through will ultimately just cut the corner, but I can still put them in there if I wanted to. I can't put traps where the where this thing goes. There's more fights going on outside. There's now 10 hostiles. So Migrant will come in and build this. And this will be the, we'll call this maybe the inner, or even just the trade bridge. What are you doing? Neepst. Attending a meeting with Munkerstrap. Come on guys, get it done. Get the job done. Right, so we've got this little trap area through here now for when we do open up the fortress. Alright, so this is going to be renamed. So we'll call this one the trade bridge. Alright, and we then go down a layer. That one there is, this one is going to be also for the trade bridge. And we link the lever to that one. Do it now. So I'll just wait for somebody else to come through with another mechanism. Alright, that's now been linked, so we've now got the mechanism in there as well. And if we In fact, is there going to be two of them? Let's grab another mechanism for this. There he goes. Okay, that's now been done. So that is now secure. What we now need to do is we can now go and essentially open up the top of the fortress. So this is all sort of happening quite nicely. We need to get a trade area back in through here, so we'll just go and allocate that. Trade depot will ultimately just be in this side. I'll just keep it maybe like this. I should do it that way. Just put it down the bottom there. Okay, oh, we've got 11 hostiles. So Syrian is saying, did you see the upcoming update to Dwarf Fortress? They're reworking sieges and setting up forbidden doors being able to be forced, hopefully fixing the Forgotten Beast being door breakers, and walls being able to be breached. Yeah, I saw their walls. I wasn't aware about the forbidden doors. Yeah, that forbidden doors should always have been the thing, and I don't know why it's taken so long for them to to get that, I guess. But anyway, it is what it is. Now this, all we have to do here is now just to open this up, and that way we're then going to have the access point up above. So I will actually do this one. This is late spring. We've only got summer and then autumn, so it's going to be not too long before we have to then deal with this. So let's go and open this up. Just go and close that off for now. And we'll just go and set, this one is to set the that one there. So that way we'll end up having an opening coming back into the actual fortress itself. Here we go. Yeah, 2 injured from Beowulf. There we go. So we've now got, this now opens up to the outside. So this is now where a caravan can come down through this slope, and then along this area. So with what we've done through here, I might just have a quick look at the burrows as well, and just set some of these zones up to be safe zones. So certainly this area through here. So I'm just going to go and repaint. That zone there. Now, I'm not using the safe zones at the moment. Got 10 hostiles on the map. Yeah, that one's come back to life now. That's come back to life. So got a fair few undead around the place. Yep, so there's more and more zombie creatures arriving on the outside. Now we've got this one now set up. So we'll now start to build the elements over this way. In fact, I'll just go and get that one done. Just move that one across to there, and remove these. And I'm just going to go and cancel construction of these in through here as well, because we're not going to absolutely need that one as such. Constructions, walls. Oops, hang on. Hide the planner. Didn't mean to do that one. I'm just going to go and delete all of these as well, just because I want to control this through blocks, not through rock. Blocks are by far the easiest thing to use. Okay, so walls. Yeah, we've just got the chert blocks. Alright, that should be okay. I've only had one death so far today, which is good going. I shouldn't have said that, should I? Now we also want to establish areas out through here as well. So we'll go and build up this way. Might just thinking about what to do with this, because it goes up a long way, that particular one. Might just go straight across. Yeah, just see chirp blocks there as well. That one, I'll keep that one where that is. So we'll make that a top priority. Okay, it's now summer. So we're going to be okay in terms. Oh, hang on. One thing I forgot to do was to lock the fortress down. Better do that straight away. I've left the gate open basically. So the gate we need to go and close is up here. So this is a pull the lever, do it now situation. So we'll get that one going. And okay, so saltwater aquifer saying, hey Daz, I'm trying to artificially make fresh water, and source is a DFAC command. Yeah, it worked for me in 47.5. Make fresh water. Yeah, I haven't used it. And I think Sigmundo is trying to put a link in. Sometimes the links don't work. It's now summer. Again, Dwarf is just too injured. No job. Can't grab anything. That will eventually be okay. She'll be all right. She'll be okay. We'll get there eventually. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Wooden cage is now complete. That's good. So we're getting the cage trap sort of built. Let's just go back up the top here again. So we now actually have this opening. We need to close this off. So somebody needs to just jig this one up. There we go. That's now secure. So the top of the fortress now. When we end up getting the so somebody has just literally just gone back up and pulled that lever, which is good. So that's our lever room, and so that's now completely blocked off. There's nothing above or below it. So so when the trade caravan comes, we just knock that one down. This one's now ready to go as well. We can now go down to the bottom of the fortress where we did actually have our trade caravan and remove that particular trade area, which is down around here somewhere. There it is. So we're going to disassemble, remove that building. Okay, that's good. We've still got stuff in here that we had picked up. Actually, we picked up some armour as well by the looks of things, to sort of try to get another military dwarf if we could. Let's go back up the top, and one thing we want to do with cage traps is actually lock them down, just so that when things are going on, we don't end up trying to access them. So as we go to each one of these, if they've got a cage in it, so it's got a mechanism and a cage, we're just going to lock the cage. That stops anyone from coming in and not accidentally, but so essentially sort of going through and grabbing whatever's inside the actual cage itself. So It's a bit of rigmarole, but it certainly helps. Otherwise, you can have like a siege going on, and then you've got different, different fights going on with people trying to come in and clean up the cages. Yeah, some of these don't have cages yet. That one's still being placed. Grundle is fighting outside. Did we get all of those? I thought there was one more in here. Oh no, they're all done. Left your trousers there. Gee, Kivish actually moves fast. Okay, this is on the bottom layer here. It's just a normal crab crocodile fighting. Right, let's have a look at the hostiles that we've got. Yep, so they're still all out and about. Just double check when we're down the bottom here. That cage there is actually, that can be placed. We just haven't got a place for it yet. So we might start to figure out where to place those when we do get creatures. We do need to have like a location for it. That should have... No one's taken that particular job yet. Not there, not there, not there. Actually, you can probably get away with it there. I'm going to suspend these. Yeah, that one was made a top priority, but no one's moving across to it. You can still move out this way. The trouble is going to be this one here. Actually, no, I think I can still do it across an opening. Oh, hang on. You know what it is? They can't go through over a door because there's nothing there. So that one there, if I cancel that construction, and I've got to build a floor over it. I find that's very close. I'll just go and do that one, and we need to get that one established quickly as well. Yes, they couldn't reach that because of the door, the opening of the door there. Which will now open this up. Yeah, some Monka straps coming in to do that one. Oh, hang on, we've got a thief. Where's the thief? Oh, it's back over here somewhere. Okay, so one of the pets has grown up. Let's just see if we can find another, find where that thief actually is, if it's still on the map. No, not seeing it there. Somehow it came in and stole something. I'm not sure how. I think there has been other people and things sort of killed on the outside. There's Dwarf again. Socialising. That will eventually come good. So I'm sort of hopeful that that will ultimately be good. Yeah, this is not good. Got rotten food in here. I'll have to go and clean that up, but I'm sort of running out of time for today, so I'm going to have to sort of leave this where we are. It's not too bad what we did today, actually. It's sort of, we had some pretty big dangers there with the zombies coming in. But, things are sort of progressing reasonably well. And, the different cages and stuff, I'm just wondering whether we start to even place them on the stairwell, because anything that does make it through to the stairwell is a bit of an issue. So it could be that we end up sort of creating like more traps in around the place whenever we've got like an opening. But I'll think about that. I'll get back to that one in just a little while. How are we going? They still haven't put the they still haven't thrown anything really away. All right. Well, I think I'll leave it here. I don't think there's much else I need to really look at. Actually, I'll just let that one develop. This one here can now be resume construction. Make that one into a top priority. It's just going to be a chert block. Oh, what have we got? Orangutan's ghostly miller has risen and is haunting the fortress. That's from a long time ago. There it is. Orangutans. I thought we had already sorted out orangutan's dead body. Yeah, there should be a... hopefully we've got one that's already been done for this. If we just go back up to the top of the fortress to where we're sort of trying to lay everyone to rest in through here. It's Cause Lord, Beowulf, one of the Beowulfs. Hadrian. No. And that's is that both to Beowulf? Yeah, same one there. That's all right. We will place another one. So we've got the furniture, slabs. Oh, we don't have one to orangutans. Let's go down to the workshop layer. So I need to get more bedrooms established as well. So where is our workshop? There it is. There it is. Okay, ghost, no slabs engraved. So we'll do that one. Get that one established. Well, I'm going to have to leave it here, guys. So thanks for watching. We do have 9 hostiles now. Yep, no, they're still all outside. That's fine. Okay, so we'll leave it here. Just go back across to this zone. This is really where we're trying to get things established. Actually, I'll finish this off. That way we can at least then deal with the next layer. Now, what's that one? I'm trying to attend a meeting here. Now, if we resume construction, I will actually just do this one, and then we'll get going. I think that they can still build this across an opening. If that was closed off there, they wouldn't be able to do it, but they may need to get through there orthogonally, which I'm hoping that's not the case. So nobody's taken it yet. We've given it a high level. Yeah, so maybe that's not going to work. In that case, we'll remove this. And then we'll have to just do it bit by bit. And then that will be taken up. Now it will be taken up. Yep, so Supreme Plague is now coming across. Great. Okay, and we still have this problem here. So now we just need to lock that one down. And then that will at least give us part of that wall as well. Alright, so as we sort of come up, this one's going to then always just be something we need to go and sort out. We're ultimately going to need to then put more, like this stair is going to be a little bit sort of a bit of a problem. Let's just go and dig out this. Yeah, we'll dig it from there to there, across to there. That's going to ultimately be a bit of an issue, but we can do it from here. Again, we're just going to have to block these off. Just get those up to there. So we'll need to block that one. I didn't have to do that one there. I could have just blocked off that in that corner. So I'll start to sort of clean this up just so we end up being consistent through here. Anyway, I better stop. So I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, and if you're here for, of course, Dwarf Fortress, we'll be back at the same time next week, or about the same time next week. So Bashy's saying your YouTube channel has a criminally low amount of funny Dwarf Fortress shorts. Yeah, I know. I should do more of those. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.